Friends Life Care members and friends. My name is Cheryl Praska, Friends Life Care's Marketing Director. In the following video, I will share results from the Aging Milestone Survey sent earlier this year. Thank you to everyone who participated in the survey. We received 481 responses. The survey started by asking, what is your age range? 54% of survey takers were in their 70s, 31% in their 80s, 10% in their 60s, 4% 90 and above, and 1% in their 50s. We then asked, what is your gender? 62% of survey takers were female, 37% were male, and 1% who preferred not to say or did not identify as female or male. How do you feel about getting older? 70% have mixed feelings about it. There's some good and there are some challenges. 13% feel excited. Each year is a gift. 10% feel anxious. It is a difficult time. And 8% felt otherwise. What is your biggest concern when thinking about growing older? I want to call attention that we did invite survey takers to check all choices that apply here. 74% say that their biggest concern is their health and wellness. 36% cite losing friends and family as their biggest concern, followed by not being able to age independently at 35%, financial stability at 21%, and 11% have something else as their biggest concern when thinking about growing older. If you could describe aging in a few words, what would they be? I read every single response that you provided, and what stood out the most to me is that there was such a diversity in responses, thus underscoring that aging is not a singular experience, but a deeply personal journey shaped by attitude, health, and circumstances. Aging was universally recognized as a challenging but inevitable process, requiring adaptation, resilience, and perspective. While aging can bring physical and mental struggles, it also offers wisdom, opportunities, and moments of gratitude. How do you prefer to celebrate your birthday? Vast majority, 65%, prefer small, intimate gathering with family and friends. 19% consider birthdays as just another day, just another year. 4% use their birthday as a time for reflection. 3% like to have a quiet celebration on their own. And 1% still loves a large party with lots of friends and family. 7% do like to celebrate their birthday in ways other than the choices. As you can see, there are many milestone birthdays in life, and we wanted to know which milestone birthday was most important to you. I want to call out that individuals who took the survey spanned from their 50s all the way into 90 and above. So, not all survey takers will have made it to some of the later ages shown on the screen and in the survey. So, from the choices, the highest milestone birthday that stood out to people was their 50th, their half a century birthday. 21% considered a birthday not listed as their milestone birthday. So, a lot of diversity here again. And I want to get into why was the milestone birthday that you selected, whether it was a choice or a choice that you wrote in, the most important to you. One, independence and adulthood, moving away from your family home or having a particular birthday that you individually felt made you an adult. Career and retirement, starting that first job, reaching the pinnacle of a career, and then later retiring from your career and entering into that next life stage. Your family and your relationships, perhaps marrying your spouse, having a first child, having a first grandchild, all of those significantly stood out. Then aging and reflection, perhaps reaching an age you did not think you would reach and reflecting on gratefulness for growing older. Celebration and travel. Some people had big parties to celebrate big milestones and took big trips. Also, your health and longevity. Some responses talked about living to be in age that was later in life than perhaps their parents had lived or other people in their family, and reflecting on their own personal longevity and having better health later in life than they thought that they might. At what age did survey takers start thinking more seriously about their retirement plans? Majority of 29% started thinking more seriously before 50 years old. And as you can see, cascading down from there, with 27% started thinking more seriously about retirement in their 50s, followed by early to mid 60s, then 10% in their mid to late 60s, 6% after 70, and 4% that just haven't thought much about it yet. Last question. What advice would you give someone about to reach retirement age? Retirement isn't just about stopping work, it's about reimagining what life can be, finding fulfillment, and staying engaged with the world around you. Retirement is a time of opportunity, but also requires careful planning, especially when it comes to your finances and to your health. Some key themes included staying active physically, mentally, socially, and having the ability to be flexible with your plans. Retirees were encouraged to find purpose and joy in their post working years. Thank you again to everyone who completed the survey. Friends Life Care values your input, and we will continue putting it into content that you care about. Thanks again, and please take care.